Okay, I was going to make this earlier, and I mean later in the top 10 reason, but I decided to make this for number 10. Because how much I really am upset for Squidward. So, what is about Squidward? What is he supposed to represent? He's supposed to represent a character who actually be mean to other characters, and he gets what he deserves. That's how the older seasons were. They were hilarious, and the writers made Squidward into a jerk character, and I do think there were some episodes that he didn't deserve, but they were able to do it in a way that was funny. It was good and everything. But why does Squidward pretty much is now on this list? I'll tell you why. As the seasons went on, characters have to get some new ideas. And pretty much, the writers decided to give all the characters, less personalities, like they used to have in the early seasons, but now, the writers have actually made the characters into more two-dimensional, meaning that their personalities only a few things about them. Just simple things. Squidward is just pretty much now is a character who's just trying to get on with his life. And SpongeBob, you're saying he's the victim? No, Squidward is. Here's the thing. Squidward, a lot of people have been calling these newer episodes of him torture porns. That's no joke. A torture porn. Now, what is this means? It means that Squidward has been now just getting torture, humiliating, upset for things he didn't deserve, and there were even episodes that they might have tried to do it the way how it was in the older seasons, but it just did not turn out to be good. So, that's what we're going to be talking about here. See, Squidward in Season 10 now, we can see that the writers have decided to finally put in Squidward every single episode instead of not putting him in, like in Whirly Brains. They're spying on Squidward taking him back, and Squidward is going saying things about aliens, and he's running around outside in the nude and going crazy, which this is just not hilarious. This just seems like the writers were running out of ideas when this was their first episode of the 10th season, and should have actually something special. Anyway, what else were about the writers? Well, Squidward is supposed to represent now these days these characters. Well, a lot of people have now been making TV shows, both kids and grown-up shows, where they have a character who is like innocent and sweet or had a sad backstory, and they're just characters who just get humiliated, upset, and tortured, and no one really cares. That's just really humiliating for all those characters. Honestly, I would be really happy if the writers kind of give Squidward where they took him off the show, and I don't mean removing him off the show. I mean he has to say goodbye, he couldn't take it anymore, and this time he finally moved away. Where Squidward went away and everything, and he left Bikini Bottom and we never see him again. Only reason why I want that to happen is because now Squidward, we would never have to see these Squidward torture porns again. Now, I'm going to give you all different types of episodes of Squidward being tortured. I will give you 3 episodes of Squidward being tortured that was humiliating and not even good. 2 episodes that Squidward gets tortured, but eventually gets a happy ending, in a way. And 1 episode that gives Squidward a good happy ending. Now, here it is. I don't remember all the names for these shows, so please bear with me. This first one is where Squidward goes to his secret club, the Lodge, which this has been seen in tons of other episodes I've seen. And I mean not SpongeBob, other TV shows with the same symbol, everything. But you see, Squidward gets spy on SpongeBob and Patrick, because Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob knew something, so they decided to spy on him. Which there are some things in this episode I don't get, but because what they did was, the leader of the club kicks Squidward out and everything, and then Squidward pretty much gets humiliating, and then they're trying to cheer him up, but they just make it worse. He gets stung by a jellyfish on his tongue. He gets hurt, and Squidward does not even want to be a part of their club. Yeah, and then they try to fix it, but then the writers thought, oh no, making them think Squidward gets a happy ending is just not good enough. We have to humiliate him. Yeah, so SpongeBob and Patrick reveal themselves too early, and then the club just re-kick him out, and then he gets re-stung by his tongue again by a jellyfish. That's no joke. Second one. This is about where SpongeBob won concert tickets, where he's being really happy. Oh, by the way, you wanna know what happened? How come that happened? I'll tell you how that happened. Squidward actually gets a concert ticket, and then Patrick just randomly eats it, which we'll get into Patrick later. Yeah, anyway. Then SpongeBob is pretty much got one concert ticket with the cars, 2 of them. And we get to see tons of new Squidward characters like we did for the other one. Anyway, during that whole entire episode, it's just about where Squidward's just trying to get away from SpongeBob, just spending his own time with his kind. And SpongeBob just keeps going near him, and Squidward just wants to be alone. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Besides that, eventually, Squidward he has back to St. Patrick's, and Patrick comes again and eats both of them. And the question is, how did he even got in? There's been tons of questions for that. You don't just make a random character do all of that. And it's just humiliating, which once again we'll get into Patrick in later. Anyway, Squidward, sorry. Squidward now gets in finally. They try to tell them, but they won't believe them. And then, you see, the truth is Squidward, his favorite band concert, just puts him out of the way, push him, and then immediately like SpongeBob, and he's trying to form, and sadly, the judges just get out. It wasn't happy for Squidward, it wasn't great or anything. It was just humiliating and sad. I think Squidward didn't even deserve this, and I wish this episode was never even aired on TV. Anyway, final last one. This one's about where Squidward was actually put into, well, no. This is where he gets electrocuted by a fence. And before that happens, Squidward actually gets wake up by SpongeBob and Patrick while they were waiting for the sun to rise inside his bedroom. That's no joke. Anyway, you see what happens is pretty much these characters are doing nothing more but yelling Harvey, and then they're showing him a book that they've been doing this for over the years he's been living with them. Which, that's just disturbing and creepy if you think about it. Anyway, he decided to put up a fence to make sure they don't get in. And then he decided to, well, how can I put this straight? Oh yeah, he gets electrocuted, and then he acts like SpongeBob, where he's really happy. It starts out good and everything, but then that goes to a complete big twist. You see, Squidward becomes then a character who actually is starting to act like him. Everyone's creeped out by it, but no one acts the same around with SpongeBob because he's pretty much acting the same like him. So they're saying like, oh, it's okay with SpongeBob, but it's not okay with Squidward. Yeah. But anyway, then Squidward becomes Employee of the Month, but that's great and everything. He's getting happier. And then, guess what happens? SpongeBob's just upset, which this kind of makes sense in a way. But then, what happens? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what happens. Squidward gets really upset with what SpongeBob did. He immediately yells at him and kicks him out of his own party, which no one even does something. None of the background characters, and not even Patrick. I mean, come on, that was completely upsetting. You don't just yell at your own character at their own party and then kick them out of their own party. Who does that? Anyway, then he gets electrocuted by the fence again and becomes Squidward, along with SpongeBob and Patrick. Then they're just complaining. But yeah, those 3 episodes were just very bad. Now, I'm going to give you these other 2 episodes. These other 2 episodes give me a second. These other 2 episodes is where Squidward actually does get a happy ending in, but it does come with a price. He has to go through torture first. This first one is about where House Fancy, I think it's called. I think that's what the episode was actually called, though. But anyway, yeah. This is where Squidward sadly wants to enter to his house, try beat Swilliam. This is a Squidward episode, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like Swilliam. Not because he's not a good, interesting character. I think the writers could do way more if they were able to get these 2 into more good rivals, where they could each try to win. Squidward might win some, and Swilliam might win some. But really, that's just really not how the writers thought. But yeah, this is where he's watching a TV show of them, and they're just getting saying, oh, my house is way more better. And then SpongeBob comes around, just spying on him, So that's creepy again. And well, let's see here. What happens next? Oh yeah. See, what happens is, during that whole entire episode, the house just gets worse and worse until it eventually blows up, which we get a painful, disgusting scene of Squidward getting his toenail getting removed by the couch. That's just painful and disgusting. But yeah, you see what happens is then, Squidward, his house blows up, but he got a happy ending where he thinks the person who was doing the TV show thinks he was studying a person of this person who models houses, I think. And then, yeah, we do get this amusing scene where William's crying, because I'm kind of glad it's not Squidward on there, the ground. But yeah, besides that, the other episode is where, actually, this episode I do like. The other four I don't, but this one I do. See, this is where Squidward gets creeped out and everything, and it's actually kind of funny in a way. I mean, yeah, there might have been some where he kind of got hit in the head, but that was only just an accident, really, when he was tripping. I don't like that part, but still, what else could I talk about? Oh, yeah. This episode is where about Squidward is getting, like, creeped out by SpongeBob inside his house, exactly the same like Squidward. And at the end, his house burns down, his actual real house. But it's not all that bad, though. Squidward gets to take over SpongeBob's house until it gets fixed. So he does get a happy ending, and while SpongeBob and Gary are sadly sleeping outside. Which, I definitely love that, in a way. But yeah, what else could I talk about? Oh yeah, the final last one. You see, this is an episode which, you all know it, you all knew it. It's called Band Geeks. I definitely knew that episode coming. This was the episode where Squidward actually really was kind of getting upset, thinking he was going to lose, but it was humiliating during the whole entire episode. In a way, all the characters, this was in the older season, so no wonder why. Anyway, at the end, we all know what happens. You think Squidward is going to get humiliated right in front of William, but no. They can form a completely amusing, best song written that I don't know what it's called though. But Squidward gets amazed, and then William goes away, and Squidward and all the other characters are having a blast. It's definitely amazing. Now that's how you give Squidward a happy ending. I will admit, there are tons of other episodes that are really bad that Squidward should have never been in. I mean, should never even been made. These episodes. Because Squidward's just a sad, poor character now. Honestly. This is just what happens when the writers are deciding, oh, let's keep the show on and try to ruin all the characters that we all knew and loved for the older generation. Yeah, that's what the writers are thinking of doing. Squidward is just a character now who just gets upset, tortured, beaten up. He's just not a good character anymore. Really, he's just a sad character that we all know now. And we all don't want that for Squidward. Anyway, this is all I'm going to be talking about. But besides that, next one we'll be doing about Patrick. Anyway, bye.